What is going on, guys? In this YouTube video, we are going to be interviewing the CEO of Tauriga Sciences, Seth Shaw. Now, some of the things that we're going to be talking about is why this company is so undervalued, why we are so bullish on the short and long-term potential of this company, and also the fact that it has currently record-breaking revenues that is going to see the share price most likely shoot up when the quarterly financials are released. Now, my name is the Cash Kreator, and I want you guys to subscribe to this channel and give me a follow on Twitter if you like this content. Also, if you love cryptocurrency, check the link in my description to see the link to Binance, which is the cheapest crypto broker with the lowest fees. Thank you for watching and enjoy. Hey Seth, how you doing?
Doing great. Thank you for taking the time today.
No worries. Thank you again. Thank you for you taking the time. I do appreciate that. So let's get right into it. I know you're a very busy man. So first and foremost, tell me a bit about me and my viewers, a bit about yourself. Would you like to introduce yourself and the company?
Sure. This is our new studio, by the way, or our new product showroom in our new headquarters, about an hour north of New York City. My name is Seth Shaw. I'm 41 years old. I've been CEO of this company since July of 2015. And I went to Cornell University. I was an economics major. My other interest was astronomy, which is how our company got its name, Tauriga. Taurus and Auriga are my two favorite constellations. Hence, the combination of the name is Tauriga. And we have a really exciting, diversified company that is really doing well. There was a long period of time where we had to overcome adversity and proverbially hang on, but we did, and we got to the other side, and a lot of great things have happened in the last 90 days, and now there's a number of positive developments, and I'm very excited about our future, and I believe our company is undervalued right now, and it's my responsibility for the real value, or the what I believe to be the accurate value, to be better reflected in our share price.
Fair enough. To be honest, as a shareholder myself, I'm also incredibly excited, and I also agree with you. I do think we are, at TAUG extremely undervalued. So,
how did you find our company originally?
to be honest, I do a lot of research on penny stocks, and CBD is something that I've always been interested in as for medicinal purposes. So just from my own personal interest in stocks and also obviously CBD products, I found a gem in Tauriga, and I bought in under 5 cents, and it's been a smooth sailing. And
founded around December.
Yeah, that's right, around December time. So yeah, but it is of great interest to me, and I'm looking forward to the future. So let's talk about the one of our flagship products, the TauriGum. Tell us a bit more about that.
So TauriGum is our flagship brand. I'll turn around for a second. This is our showroom. We have our 6 original versions: pomegranate, blood orange, peach lemon, pear bellini, mint, and black currant. 3 of them are CBD infused, 2 of them are CBG infused, and then 1 of them has no cannabinoids, which is the green one, or vitamin C and zinc. Our rainbow pack, which I believe is visible,
Yes,
is really driving our e-commerce sales, and we've had a really strong growth in our e-commerce business, which continues on a daily basis, essentially. And we have 2 new versions, or our 7th and 8th SKU of our TauriGum line. We're already in production for our 7th, which is a cherry lime flavor, caffeine infused TauriGum that will be available very soon. And then our 8th SKU is vitamin D3 infused golden raspberry flavor. We developed that for some government contract opportunities. All vegetable derived, the vitamin D3, or sourced from vegetables, and 2,000 international units of vitamin D3 in each piece of gum. Divide that by 40 and you get 50 micrograms. So 40 micrograms equals 1 international unit.
Sure. So a little, everyone loves money. So, what's the kind of profit margin for this product? If you could tell us a bit more about that. How much does it cost to produce? What kind of profits are investors looking at for a product like this?
Our e-commerce margins are really, our gross margins are outstanding. In addition to having a product that really caught on to the consumer base. We've simultaneously been able to bring our costs down by over 40% in the last 6 months. So initially, this cost us around $6 to produce each pack. So this is our version with no leaves. I'll pick the one with leaves, and this is actually the very first product that we produced this during March of 2019. This cost us $6 at the time. Now it costs about $3.50 to produce, which is a huge difference. It opens all kinds of new doors to us. So our e-commerce business, net of discounts, our average gross margin is 70 to 75%. With discounts included, probably 60 to 65%. But it's really a strong, very strong numbers. And we are now, because so before our e-commerce business was really driving everything. Even last quarter, we will be reporting our quarterly results from last quarter. And really, it consists of almost 100% e-commerce. And we generated another record. And that was with running out of supply of our gummies during December, which probably cost us $20,000 to $25,000 in sales for December. And we still generated record results.
Sure.
This quarter, it's just a matter of how much we set a record by this quarter.
So we'll go into the financials a bit more later on. So we'll save that bit for now. Just a few more questions on the product before we move on to the financials, Seth. First of all, is there competitors for the product? And how do you see, TauriGum as a better product than the other competitors? How do we stand out? By we, I mean,
sure.
Us.
There are absolutely competitors, and usually, if there's not competitors, there's really not a business. I mean, there are some exceptions, but for the most part, we definitely have competitors. We have what I call the specific competitors and the non-specific competitors. The non-specific competitors are every product that is a CBD or CBG infused edible. You could even argue that topical or creams or lotions are technically competitors too, even though they're like non-specific competitors. But any gummy, any candy, any lollipop, any chocolate would technically be a competitor. However, the specific competitors would be companies that produce a chewing gum that is infused with some sort of cannabinoid. So yes, there are some competitors. Quite frankly, and I say this because I believe it to be true, our product is so far superior to the other ones that I kind of enjoy it. If we're ever head on head against a competitor, we win the vast majority of the time. And the times that a store has loyalty to another product, like we learned at the PGA golf show, they want to carry us as well. What differentiates our product, the quality, the flavors, the formulations, which we spent quite a bit of time and money formulating our products. We're kosher certified, halal certified, vegan formulated, non-GMO, allergen-free, gluten-free, all natural flavors, made in the USA, of course, lab tested, no THC, and we have a $10 million insurance policy, product liability policy. When we started when we went to the drawing board in 2018, we had just been paid, or we just secured a settlement of over $2 million cash from something completely unrelated, a discontinued business where there was malpractice. It's in our filings, but I had $500,000 free and clear to work with to start. And I said, if I have this money, which obviously it was a lot of work to secure that settlement. So it didn't come from the sky, but I got to build the product without any cost limitations. I got to reformulate it as many times as I needed to. I was able to buy equipment, set up a flavor lab, and I built a foundation that I don't believe anyone else at the time or since then has had the resources that we had in the formulation or the drawing board phase. So, our product, we have a proprietary manufacturing process. It's not easy to infuse, sorry about that. It's not easy to infuse chewing gum uniformly with active ingredients and inactive ingredients. It's not like a hot liquid or like a gel where you can mix in everything. It's very viscous. It's very hard to get powder in the middle of a viscous ball of gum base. So our proprietary manufacturing process, it essentially pulverizes the gum base, and then the active and inactive ingredients are added and everything's mixed, and we substitute sunflower oil and vegetarian magnesium stearate for gelatin. That's what to congeal everything. So all of our formulations are vegan, including our gummy product.
Sorry,
Everything we do will be
gelatin, right?
What's that?
You mentioned gelatin, right?
Yeah, everything we have is gelatin free.
Okay, yes, exactly. Okay, yeah, perfect.
I'm vegan, and our company reflects those values. And since we're vegan, becoming kosher and halal certified was just a matter of formulating things with certain ingredients and a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's very much worth it.
Now that sounds like an awesome journey, and you obviously sound very passionate about the business, which is very important for me as an investor. You know, I want to invest.
I developed this product for the right reasons. I suffer from migraines, and for me, CBD had started to help me with my migraines about 5-6 years ago. And I wanted to enter the space, but I didn't want to enter it in a way where I would lose $500,000. And it's very easy to do. This is an industry where there are very few good business models, but if you do have a good business model, the sky's the limit. You don't want to be a grower. You don't want to be extracting a commodity that's gone down in value 80%. You don't want to be one of 97 chocolates, one of 300 gummies, one of 800 lotions. You want something that's unique with barriers to entry, where the quality is outstanding. And for us, the most important aspect of this was to have barriers to entry in the way we developed it. Also to have a superior delivery system. Any supplement is better absorbed sublingually through a chewing gum delivery system to the whole mucosa of your mouth instead of your digestive tract, where the acid essentially reduces the bioavailability of any supplement by a substantial amount. So this better delivery system, easier, and just something that cannot be replicated. And that's why we are finding that there are a lot of interested partners instead of people trying to, do what we're doing. We did such a good job that they feel that it's better to partner with us. And that's one of the reasons our company.
We'll talk about partnerships and acquisitions a little later on. So now let's move on to the financials. I know you were wanting to discuss it a little bit earlier on, so you're obviously very keen to tell us more. So go ahead, tell us more.
Last quarter, we were starting to negotiate partnerships. The doors were starting to open for some substantial opportunities. However, last quarter, those opportunities were a little bit premature. They're all happening essentially this quarter. However, saying that, our e-commerce was happening last quarter, and we generated record results with e-commerce. And that was with December being severely handicapped by not having our gummies. So with that, we still were able to generate record results. And this quarter, you'll have more. You could be looking for more record numbers from our e-commerce business, and then some substantial new doors that have already opened, such as our distribution agreement with Stock Up Express. I can't discuss everything that we're in negotiations with, but I can assure you, these are not small companies. These are major global companies that are interested in us at this time, and it's all happening fast. That's why, while somebody who looks at our last quarter earnings will see our e-commerce business was very strong, it will not tell the tale of how quickly the macro landscape is improving right now. So, it's not going to be, it's not going to tell, it's for in our entire industry, the same thing. Things are a lot different today than they were 12 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago.
100%.
Combination of of Biden winning, the push by a number of the influential Democrats to legalize, and we're the low-hanging fruit. We're a CBD product that has no THC in it. So they're talking about legalizing marijuana. So we're like literally the low-hanging fruit. But a lot of comfort now that, we might have been in discussions before, and finally, and these are long-term discussions. These are not days or weeks. These are many months of discussions. And a lot of things are starting to really come to fruition. And that's why there's a lot of upside to this company right now if we execute well.
Sure. So what about, the current quarter? Are you suggesting that, I think earlier on in the call, you said that it's record breaking potentially?
Oh, yeah, we will absolutely. I'm very confident in representing that we will definitely generate record results this quarter. It's just a matter of how much we set a new record by. Or there's a possibility that some of the major orders that we are working on may not come until April or May, or they may come in March, or maybe even a few in late February. So it's hard to say exactly, except that things are going well.
Sure. So again, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, Seth, but obviously record-breaking figures, means record-breaking share prices generally in a very crude way. So what is your price target at the end of, the current quarter, at the end of next quarter for, TAUG, TAUG?
I cannot really predict a stock price. The problem with that is it's like rule 101 for the CEO not to predict.
I know, but just
what I will say is our current share price, I am not satisfied that it accurately reflects the current and future value of the company. I think it reflects more of the past of the company than the future or the present. So it's my job to make sure that our value of the value of our company is properly reflected in the underlying share price, or the fundamental value is reflected properly. So at this point, I am not satisfied that that's the case.
Sure. Sure. Fair enough. The next financial question for me is, tell us a bit more about the balance sheet, debt, etc., stuff like that, please, if you could.
Balance sheet is one of our great strengths, actually. And it was not always that case. We had to hang on for a while. We started doing really well, and we got kind of a very lucky break. Sometimes in life, it's good to be lucky while you're working hard. When I had referenced that we had received a cash settlement of over $2 million during late 2017, we invested part of that to diversify everything. We invested about $500,000 of that money during December of 2017 in a NASDAQ listed biotech company. And we held on to it. We acquired some warrants in the process and averaged down a little bit during 2019. And it turned out to ended up doing very well. And it created for us, $1.5 million to $2.5 million liquid asset. I give that range because there's fluctuation in the stock price, and I want to be right, basically, for any time someone listens to this. So it's a pretty unique asset for a little company, though. It really maximized that settlement. And in addition to that, we have our cash position. We have a few other little assets. We have our inventory fully paid for. We just produced almost $300,000 of additional inventory. We announced that, I think, last week, that our largest inventory production run in company history. Over $1 million retail value, over $300,000 of actual out-of-pocket cash. And we feel that the demand is there, and we may do additional production runs in the near term.
Sure.
But, I'm very careful not to overproduce, and I'm pretty cautious, and that should speak to the shareholders as to how I see things lining up now.
Sure. That's great. It looks like the financials are in order, and
we have a very good balance sheet.
Yeah.
And that really started in December. If you go look several quarters ago, we were still struggling, and we had to struggle for a long time. We were never going to go bankrupt. It was unlikely we were going to go bankrupt, but we were struggling. And then things really came together several months ago. Then our balance sheet got a huge boost in December. And at this point, we have a really nice business, a growing business. We have several business initiatives. I'll get into the other ones. And our balance sheet is really terrific now.
Sure.
We also have a pharmaceutical development ongoing effort, which I probably shouldn't say too much about it, except that we are very hopeful to provide a material and meaningful update in the near term. We filed provisional patent during March of 2020.
Sure.
And our project is based upon nausea regulation.
Sure.
And a much higher concentration version of our TauriGum platform that is being developed, should we be successful, to hopefully be able to prove that it mitigates nausea in chemotherapy patients that are suffering from extreme nausea derived from the treatment. So we're spending substantial resources on this, and we're hopeful to help a lot of people and provide our shareholders with substantial upside in the process.
Sure.
Then we also are focused on, we're working on government contract business. We have yet to generate any sales from our government contract opportunities, but we feel that there is a significant potential opportunity there. And we are focused on making that work out if should we be able to. And I'm confident that we have a good chance.
Sure, that's great. So the next thing we'll talk about a little bit is future progress for Tauriga. So my first question is, again, you touched a little bit on it, and you obviously you can't reveal everything, but a little bit more about partnerships, acquisitions. What can shareholders expect in the near term and in the future?
So you can expect we are open to some small acquisitions right now, or taking equity stakes in potential companies that either are balance sheet diversifications or, more importantly, broaden our product offerings. So you could expect that. We announced our distribution agreement with Stock Up Express, which is a subsidiary of a multi-billion-dollar company, and we should start generating revenue from that later this month. We actually developed 2 new UPC classifications, an 8-box and a 48-box standard, because some of the grocery stores would buy more than 1 box, for obvious reasons. Then the real upside, how successful will we be in attracting major partnerships with large companies, global companies. And for us, that would be really the upside, because that would get us global or national exposure. We do not have a huge sales force. It is our weakness, and I am the first to admit what our strengths and weaknesses are. We do not have a large sales force. We're very good in the e-commerce area. We have a sales force there. We have a great chief marketing officer. We have a fulfillment facility set up already. We can drop ship from our manufacturing facility, and we also have a fulfillment for people who order 4 packs or 2 boxes. So we're very well situated with respect to our e-commerce business. However, to really generate large revenues at one time, it would depend on the right partnership. And I am confident that quality of our product has led the way and opened the doors for us. But I am a person who believes in quality of revenue. We could have generated so much revenue had we not cared about margins. I've turned down large opportunities. And the reason I do so is patience is very important. You want to strike the deals that really have value to the company. You want to sell your product and generate margins that are constructive to funding growth, to funding your company, and making everything worth more. So quality of revenue is more important than revenue. They're both important, but you want to build a business model that works, not just show numbers that are meaningless.
Sure.
So I am, when we do announce something, you can be sure that there's been a lot of thoughtfulness, and we will turn down deals if they do not meet certain margins. So just be aware of that.
I understand. Okay, I appreciate that. The next thing is potential uplisting. Do you guys have any plans to uplist onto different platforms, etc.?
We do. We are right now controlling the things we can control. We're updating our board of directors to be compliant for a national exchange uplist. We're also putting the corporate governance initiatives in place so that essentially the corporate hygiene is being updated so that it is compliant with up to a national exchange. With respect to us having the valuation to get there, you have to earn that. So we're 14, 15, 16 cents today. I haven't looked at the stock in the last couple of hours, whatever we are. You earn the uplist by, over the next 90, 180 days, executing well for the valuation of the company to reflect the better execution and the improved fundamentals. And then when everything else is in place and you've executed and the valuation is commensurate with the fundamentals, the improved fundamentals, then it's time to uplist. So I believe it's something you earn. Could we uplist today? Sure. We have a market cap that would be enough. We have money. We could raise more money and dilute the company if we wanted to, which, I think you earn the right, though.
Sure.
You work hard, you earn the right, and then when you do uplist, your reverse split is much less. If you're 80 or 90 cents, for an example, it's a much smaller reverse split to $3 a share than if you're 15 cents.
Sure.
So what you do is you just keep the shareholders' interests squarely in focus. if when we uplist, should we be successful in uplisting, it's the shareholders' best interest for our valuation to be higher at that time than it is today. You get there by working hard, executing, and earning that right.
Sure.
Not by diluting shareholders and then reverse splitting the stock.
The next question about future progress is, internationally. I know you said, potential sales are a weakness, but, could this help, international, release of the product, etc. I know here in the UK, a lot of my friends, especially and people that I know, they're really interested in the product. So I think there is a really big market internationally here and elsewhere. So have you got plans on that, or when are those plans?
It's one of my big focuses, and I am actively spending a lot of my time and effort on it as we speak, and I will leave it at that.
Okay. Okay. Any dates in mind, or?
It's something that I am working actively on, and I'm excited. There are no guarantees, but I'm working on some things that are potentially very that could be special. I just, I until something's done, it's not done. But I believe there's a great chance we will be able to really get some major and positive things in place with respect to our international business.
So my final question to you before we tie things up is risks and challenges. What risks and challenges do you see for Tauriga, and how do you plan on mitigating them?
The risks are, execution risks. How well can you do? Are you maximizing the, if people or if companies don't know your product exists, they're not going to order it. You have to really make sure that you have visibility, that every day is an opportunity to expose yourself to new opportunities. If you're not exposing yourself, someone else will. So, the risk is, are we doing the best we can to really show, just to get this in front of as many potential new prospective customers as possible. The product sells itself, but it's not going to, show itself to people who are living in faraway countries or companies that don't know about it. So we really have to make sure that we properly expose what we're doing. And then, the challenge is, just you have to strike while the iron's hot, and you have to cut the right deals. And with respect to our pharmaceutical development efforts, it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult to take an idea from scratch and turn it into a commercialized pharmaceutical product. Many fail. We put together the best team. We've made sacrifices so far to get it to the point that it's at now. So the challenge is to be perfect.
Sure.
And that's why, we're 14 or 15 cents today, and we're not $1, because there are still risks and there are still challenges. So how well we navigate those will determine, the value of our company over the coming months. And I am laser focused on doing the best we can to execute at the highest possible level.
Sure. I appreciate that. Thanks again for your time. Anything you want to say, last of all, to all the viewers, everyone who's going to be watching this, like a final statement?
Two things. Number one, we, if you look at our company over the past year or two, this did not come easily. We paid our dues, is the way we had to struggle through some adversity in 2019. We had to struggle through adversity in early 2020. We kept true to our vision. So the good things that are happening now are very much earned. In life, you have to overcome a lot of adversity in order to have a chance to become successful. And we did. And as CEO of the company, I'm proud that our company, when things looked very difficult, we fought even harder. We worked even harder, and we ended up doing a great job navigating treacherous waters. And we ended up in a very good place. And anybody who wants a free sample, just to have them give you their email and their address, and that would be something that I would. They can have 2 packs, one of each, 2 flavors, 1 pack of 2 different flavors.
So, over here to the UK, free samples.
We will do that.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I think you might.
You have some sample allotment. Remember, a lot of our trade shows were canceled, of course, including one in the UK.
Yeah, you might be biting off more than you can chew. Excuse the pun, because there'll be a lot of interest.
You never go wrong in life by being nice to people. And
I appreciate that. I mean, I'm going to get some free samples myself.
No, if somebody tries it and then knows a distributor, and a lousy, $40 cost to us results in a potential new opportunity. So very rarely do you go wrong in life by showing
Oh,
goodwill.
I really appreciate that. Thanks again for that offer. I'm sure a lot of people will be taking you up on that. And again, thanks for your time, Seth. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and I'm looking forward to.
It was very successful for you as well.
Yeah, cool. Cheers. Take care of yourself. Have a good evening.
For putting this together.
No worries. Bye now.